Hello everyone. So you want to record yourself on your motorcycle trips, commuting, going over to the Alps, whatever. Well, grab yourselves a cuppa because this one's going to be a fairly lengthy one. Today's video is brought to you by a nice cuppa, blackberry and blackcurrant. Let's dive into it. So, if you already have your cuppa, let's look into this mess. Right. We shall start with what my current setup is, and all of it is in this here pouch. So how it started, we'll go through how it started. So how it started off with this. It started off with a DJI Action 3 camera, which I bought very shortly before I went on my European tour in 2023, and I just thought, you know what, I just want to record some memories. I'm going on this solo adventure, I'm going on this solo tour, so let's buy a camera that we can use to record. So I bought this and instantly thought, well, if I'm gonna try to record something, then I'll need a mic. I'll need something to be able to use to talk to, so that you know, I share my experience. So I ended up buying a USB Type-C lavalier mic, something that looked fairly similar to this one. Now I can't find that specific Type-C mic. I've probably chucked it in a bin somewhere because I got frustrated with it. But that should be a hint as to how tedious this can be. So it started with a Type-C mic plugged straight into the camera, and the sensitivity, I suppose, on that mic was just too high, maybe. So the audio was absolutely crap. If you look at my 2023 European tour videos, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So then I thought, okay, I'll need some sort of adapter, a Type-C to 3.5mm. So I bought that, and then I bought this, and then I bought this to try and connect a 3.5mm jack to my camera. And then I thought, well, you know, the quality's still shit, so I bought a different one, and that was still shit. And then I went and bought a different one, which I wrapped up in all that jazz, and it was still shit. And guess what? I ended up buying another one, which was still shit. So all of this, well, didn't mean to do that. You sit nicely there, mate, you're good. All of this jazz, that's dog shit. Don't bother. Because you'll end up spending tons of money on adapters, on microphones, on all sorts of crap, and they won't use, and they won't work. And they won't even work when you buy one of these little adapters that you can plug into the DJI camera and all that jazz. They just don't work, honestly. I've got so many I can't even hold them in my hand, but all of that jazz, honestly, don't bother with it. The only reason this is showing up in the video is to prove the point. Not good. I then thought, well, we probably need some external mics, some dedicated mics. So I bought the Ulanzis based on reviews I've seen online, and this is a decent, fairly serious bit of kit, if I'm honest. I know it's still hobbyist level, but it's not bad. So you get two microphones in the kit. You get a receiver as well, two transmitters and the receiver. You get a couple of dead cats in there, which, you know, you can hook up to the mic itself to try and stop some of that noise, and I thought, well, this is going to do it. This is surely going to do it. But unfortunately, the trouble is, this is too sensitive as well. So, guess what? This didn't work either. This will have different uses in different times, in different places. So, I'm not all tragic about it or anything like that. But I've wasted months and months and months and lost tons and tons of footage as a result of using all of this stuff. In the meantime, the DJI Action 4 came out as well. So we'll put this one off to one side there, and we'll get the DJI Action 4 out. So DJI Action 4, much improved version. I know the DJI Action 5 is currently out, and that's even better. So I've tried using loads of other things. Well, I've tried using loads of the things I had with the DJI Action 4. Apparently one of the things that got improved on this model was the audio. Well, guess what? All of that crap that you've seen earlier, that still didn't work. So we then ended up doing what everyone else does, go and buy another DJI product. So this here is the DJI Mic 2. I only bought one of the transmitters, and this is the official pouch that it came in, the original pouch. That is basically what you want. This little thing here, it is just awesome. It's really, really, really good. So what it comes with, if I could get it out, comes with one of these little neodymium magnets, clicks onto the back of the mic, and trust me when I say this is bloody secure. So this will secure through a lot of things. And it comes with this little dead cat, which is miles better than the other ones you just have seen. That is the current setup, and it's a lot better. It's a lot easier to use. This connects to the DJI Action 4 via Bluetooth. It obviously connects to the DJI Action 5 via Bluetooth. I've not tried to connect it to the DJI Action 3 because I use that as a handlebar camera right now. So that's all you need. Don't waste your time with anything else. Just go and buy those. And what do I use with them? So I'm currently recording off of my phone so that you guys can see this. But the obvious thing you'll need is some memory cards. I do suggest getting some decent memory cards for your cameras. Micro SDs. This is a Samsung 520 Evo. You need decent read and write speeds so that you can actually record your 4K just fine. Yeah, again, don't waste your time, don't cheap out, just go and buy some proper SD cards. Obviously the cameras come with batteries, and what I've done, I've gone and bought just one spare battery. You'll always have a power bank, and this 5000 milliamp charges the cameras a couple of times. I also have bigger power banks, such as this, which I again bought off of Amazon or eBay, or I can't even remember, something like that. But this is 20,000 milliamp. As you can see, there's another one there, there's another one there. So I've got about 3 or 4 power banks that I usually take with me. They don't take up that much room, and these are plenty to keep those charged at all times. If you've got this on the handlebar, you can swap the batteries out, have that battery in there. If it's depleted, plug it in, charge it off of your motorbike, or plug it into your power bank, or you know, run a cable from your tank bag or whatever the case may be if you haven't got a USB socket on your bike. But there's many ways of keeping everything topped up, so you won't have to stress about it, and you don't need 15,000 batteries unless you're going on a tour around the world. What they do come with also are these little things which make life a lot easier. What I've done, I bought another one. I bought another aftermarket one, because I use these things to connect to various things. So this is a tiny little jobby tripod. What I've done, I've put a triple clamp on it. I suppose it's called a triple clamp. Well, whatever, triple mount, triple prong mount. I can't even bloody speak properly now. Not that I can in general. So that just slides in there. You take your basic adapter, you plonk that in. So it's slightly tricky to line these up with a big phone in front of you recording everything, but you get the gist. That goes through there and you secure that to your little tripod. Now the beauty of this little tripod is the fact that it's got flexible feet. Yeah, it is squeaky, but you can do all sorts of things with this. You know, you can put it on a branch up in a tree and get a shot of yourself riding past. One of the other things I've remembered I have is this little tripod, which is a fixed tripod, and this is a very clever tripod actually, and you won't believe how old this thing is. So I got this when I bought a used film camera, because I like my photography and I wanted to try out film at some point. So this came in the pack with it. Obviously put another little mount on it. It's just a regular tripod mount at the top, and this is a Yashica ST7. So this thing is probably the same age I am. This is knocking on 40 years old at this point, but this is really good, like really good. I rate this. It's a solid tripod. You don't have to go and spend a stupendous amount of money. You looked at the used market and try to sort yourself something similar to this. It's made out of aluminium. It's made out of decent quality plastic. So the threads here are plastic, and it threads into an aluminium post here. Leather grip. This thing is just made out of quality materials, and it's a bloody good little tripod. So you'll need one of these as well. But you want to be able to put your things on the bike. So this is where this comes in, this little thing. This is basically a crab mount, I think they call it, but this is made by Telesin, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Telesin. This thing is really good as well. Do I specifically recommend this one? No, I just recommend the style of mount. So these little clamps open up. Depending on what you're going to secure to, you can get a flat foot to mount to your surface, or if it's a rounded surface, you just get those out of the way and you start locking that up, and all of a sudden you've got a crab claw there, like an actual crab claw, and that secures really tightly and really well. So this would actually go around the mount on your mirror. That's how I currently use it, and there's plenty of adjustability. You can, loosen this up and you can do whatever you want to the angle of it, and have it in any sort of configuration you'd want. What you can also do, there's other slots where you can move this to. So you can see you can move it onto this side here. There's a little threaded hole there, and there's a couple more on the back of it. So a lot of versatility. There's a lot of things that you can do with this to mount it to your bike and get whatever angles you want to get, or mount it to wherever you want to mount it and get that shot that you're looking for. So crab mount, really good thing to have. You can obviously combine this, so you can see there's another one of those mounts on top of it, and you can just get a nice extender arm. This is a very long one, but yeah, self-explanatory, that goes on there, and all of a sudden you can mount this quite far away from the bike, or you can just get a regular one and you can do that to it, you know. And again, self-explanatory, that slots in there, and you can get that shot that you want. What you can also do, if you take this bit off, again, this is a tripod mount, just a box standard tripod mount, so you can get things like this for your phone. So this is a little springed mount for your phone, and obviously it just screws into the tripod mount, that opens up, job done. You know, you can now mount your phone to it should you want to do that, you know, should you need your phone mounted to your bike on the handlebars very quickly. That's small to pack up, and it's pretty secure as well. So you can have your phone mounted on there as well. There's obviously another slot on the back of it, so should you want to mount it in a different fashion rather than like that, you can just use this secondary mount here, and again, your crab claw, don't knock this over, your crab claw does everything you want it to do. So yeah, really good bit of kit, this. So what do we do on the helmet front of things? Let's get all of these out of the way. You'll need a lot of these fixings, let's call them, to secure your stuff onto the bike. So we'll just get the cameras over here. We'll drag one of the helmets here. So I'll use the Scorpion first, just so that you can see how easy this is. You get your regular mounts, and what I recommend doing, get yourself a bit of Sugru and weld that bad boy onto the helmet. This is proper secure. This is as secure as you'd want it. You can pull on this thing and you won't be able to get it off. It's actually a mission to get them off once you're done with them, once you don't want to use this helmet for your setup. But let's crack on with this and we'll show you how easy this actually is. So we'll just grab one of the standard DJI mounts that came with the cameras, slot that in there, grab one of these bad boys, put it through, tighten it, and obviously you'll have to adjust the angle of your camera and make sure that that's all good. And all you have to do is offer that up. That mount is magnetic, the bottom of the camera is magnetic, they just offer up to each other. And I'm using the camera itself to lift the helmet off of the table right now. Secure, not going anywhere. The beauty of this mic now is that you can just stick this on the inside of your camera with no dramas whatsoever. So there's a number of things that you can do to secure it. I'll just quickly pull that chin skirting out. Oh, that's well in there. So you'll see I've got a little Velcro patch in here, so what you can do is get yourself a little bit of Velcro and with a bit of double-sided Velcro, stick that on the back of the mic. I'm just going to do this very rough. That goes in there. Job done. Pretty secure. It's not going to go anywhere. You've put your chin skirting back in there if you've got one, and all of a sudden you've got a mic that's in your helmet in front of your mouth. It's not going to go wrong. The other thing you could do is I'll use this exact same setup, and I'll use a different magnet. I'll just use a random neodymium magnet that I've got laying around the man cave. Imagine this is a bit of double-sided tape, yeah, instead of the Velcro, so double-sided. Stick it on there. It's now double-sided, taped to the inside of your helmet, and all you have to do is chuck that in there, and it's on. It's proper on. As in, it's a mission to get it off. You have to slide it off, and that magnet is actually stronger than the clamp on the mic, and that clamp is actually pretty good. You can also obviously use the clamp and clamp it on the inside of your helmet. You can actually clamp it to the chin skirt. I've got another patch of Velcro in here because this is remnants from the old days when I was trying to find the best way to do this, but for the sake of this, we'll just use this bit. There you go. Again, that's on there. You might get a bit too much wind if you do it like this, but there's plenty of ways to attach it to your helmet. So it's as simple as that, to be honest. Just as simple as that. DJI mic 2, DJI Action 3, 4, 5, whatever your preference is, whatever your budget is, mate them together, and all of a sudden you have yourself a decent motorcycle vlogging setup, I suppose. The other thing you'd need whilst we're here is storage, and I like my storage to be safe. I like my storage to be shielded from things. So I bought this little aluminium storage case for all of my SD cards, and this thing is massive. It takes a copious amount of cards, all sorts of shapes and sizes, so you'll be able to store as much as you like in here. Obviously, the more of these cards you have, the easier it is. The other thing you can do is get yourself one of these little cases. This hosts a M.2 hard drive in there. You can get these very, very cheap. I think this is a fairly small one. This is a pretty old one, 250 gigs. So the cards inside the cameras are actually double the size of this, because this is just old and I've not used it in a bit. But there's nothing stopping you from getting one of these, stick a 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte hard drive or something like that in here, Type-C, connect it over to your phone with another Type-C, or to your camera, and just shift the videos across onto this long-term safe storage, or get one of these to host your SD cards or whatever iteration of something like this, and all of a sudden you can record for a very, very long time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going back to my cuppa because it's a bloody cold day here in the man cave. I really hope that this is going to be of use to someone. If you're interested in more stuff like this, stick around. Maybe hit that subscribe button. I'm not going to beg for it, but it would be nice if you do so. So, see you next time.